Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a update here on PayPal. I've talked about them once or twice here on the channel. Haven't talked about them in a while, so it's a little bit past due. But you can see what they've done or haven't done here in the last year. I didn't realize they were down that much. Where they were here back in July at 308, and ever since then it's just came tumbling down. So had another major drop off just there, 175.80 to, wow, in a day, just a $40 drop off. So, and it's currently at $98. So, but down over 60% in the last year, down a little over 49% in the last 3 months. So, don't know what happened here. That'd be interesting to research. Just a little bit over a month ago, but that is a huge drop-off. So, $40. Here in the last month, down over 17%. In the last week, down 2.2%. And here is a look at today. Basically, traded kind of flat. Could have gone into $97.96. But I think I'm going to put in an order on this one tomorrow. I didn't realize it was down that far, so... But this is PayPal, ticker PYPL. Here's a look at what they do. So they're in transactions, purchasing and paying for goods, banking, all kinds of different things. So credit card, credit account, credit and debit card, stored value products. So quite a few different things. Founded in 1998. Volume of 14.69 million, average volume of 24.52 million with a $114.81 billion market cap. 52-week low is 92.25 and a high of 310.16. Here's a look at their ratings, 78% buy. And here's a look at their earnings. Next is expected on May 4th after hours. So you can see they've beat on earnings. That was spot on just barely and must be spot on again. So, but I have some of this one on an M1 Finance account, and it's been a great return. But as you can see, it's down almost a third of what it was in the $300 range. So over here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing it as a buy with a 1-year price target of $180.77 and dropping fast 1.67%, the previous close price of $100.22. So Crossmark Global Holdings reduces holdings in PayPal. So Crossmark Global has decreased its holdings in PayPal by 20.1%, and this is just stated on the 3rd, so a couple days ago. According to the company and its most recent disclosure with the SEC, the fund owned 57,106 shares of the credit services provider stock after selling 14,330 shares during the quarter. So their holdings in PayPal were worth $10,769,000 at the end of the most recent reporting period. Several other institutional investors and hedge funds have also bought and sold shares of PayPal. So they lifted its holdings in PayPal by 154.5% during the third quarter. Man Group PLC now owns 375,716 shares of the credit service provider stock, valued at $97,764,000. So a lot of trading and everything going on, so feel free to pause and go over that information. Again, you can find this on ETF Daily News. Here's one of the directors acquired 2,770 shares of the stock in a transaction that occurred Friday, December 3rd. Stock was bought at an average cost of $180, ouch, with a total. The acquisition disclosed a filing, so that would have been, wow. That'd be kind of ouch. If you bought it then, you'd be down 50%. That's a ton of cash, so PayPal has been the topic of several analyst reports. Barclays lowered their price target on shares of PayPal from 250 to 200 and set an overweight rating on the stock in a report on Thursday, February 3rd. Raymond James cut the PayPal from an outperform rating to a market perform. So very interesting. Here's another one. Price objective reduced on the PayPal from 200 to 145. So maybe it was overpriced there for a while. I don't know. I mean, it was 300 plus, 309, whatever the 52-week high was, and now it's a third of that. That's just, this was a great growth stock there for a while, and something has happened as of here lately, but so a little bit about PayPal. They engage in the development of a technology platform for digital payments. Its solutions include PayPal, PayPal Credit, Braintree, Venmo, Zoom, Paydiant products. The firm manages a two-sided proprietary global technology platform that links customers, which consist of both merchants and consumers, to facilitate the processing of payment transactions. So, I don't know. I have to study this one for a little bit. I knew it was down. I didn't know it was down quite that much. So, shares purchased by Exchange Traded Concepts LLC. So here's some more trading. Increased its holdings and shares. I would assume, since it's down, people, institutions, hedges would be buying this one now. But during the fourth quarter, according to its most recent disclosure with the SEC, the firm owned 26,722 shares of the credit services provider's stock after acquiring an additional 13,656 shares during the period. Exchange Traded Concepts holdings in PayPal were worth $5,039,000 as of the most recent SEC filing. So again, here's just some more trading going on. Feel free to pause and go over that. So a lot of information in there. Hedge and some financial firms doing some trading. So purchasing an additional 43 shares. So PayPal holdings moved down minus 1.41. Why it's important, and this is dated on the 8th. So the slipped around 1.43 points on Friday, which shares priced at $99.91 at the close of the session, down 1.41%. The company reported on February 25th that PayPal recommends stockholders reject a money tender offer by Toyota LLC. So PayPal's have been notified of an unsolicited mini tender offer by Toyota LLC to purchase up to 360,000 shares of PayPal common stock, representing significantly less than 1% of PayPal's common stock outstanding. Offer price of $125 per share is continued on, among other things. The closing price per share of PayPal's common stock exceeding $125 per share on the last trading day before the offer expires. So just going to skip through some of this information for those of you that would like to read this, or else you can find it right there on DBT News. So what do market gurus say about PayPal holdings? We'll go over some ratings here at the end. Current consensus on the target for PayPal is 182.39 per share. So if that's true, you would be doubling your money at these prices. Stock has a recommendation set at a 1.9. This rating represents a strong buy recommendation on the scale from 1 to 5, where 5 would mean a strong sell, 4 represents sell, and 3 indicates a hold, and 2 indicates a buy. Here's some more trading and how PayPal stock performed recently. We kind of already touched on some of that, so just going to continue skimming through that article there. PayPal holdings stock forecast increased to $330 in a year. So if that's true, you could triple your money and then some with a third. The trading price of PayPal floating higher at the last check on Wednesday, March 9th, closing at $99.73, 5.09% higher than the previous close. PayPal Holdings, whose market valuation is $112.14 billion at the time of this writing, is expected to release its quarterly earnings on February 1st, 2022 to February 7th. Investors' optimism about the company's current quarter earnings are reported as understandable. Analysts have predicted the quarterly earnings per share to grow by $1.13 per share this quarter. However, they have predicted annual earnings per share of $4.62 for 2021 and $5.27 for 2022. Means analysts are expecting annual earnings per share growth of 19.10% this year and 14.10% next year. Analysts have forecast the company to bring in revenue of $6.88 billion for the current quarter, with the likely lows of $6.12 billion and highs of $7.26 billion. Average estimates suggest sales will likely up by 12.5% this quarter compared to what was recorded in comparable quarter last year. From the analyst viewpoint, the consensus estimate for the company's annual revenue in 2021 is $25.36 billion. The company's revenue is forecast to grow by 18.20% over what it did in 2021. So we'll just have to wait and see on this one. I like the price that it's at now, but I'm going to have to study it another day or two and see. It was a little bit lower than what it is now, but not much. So it is at some lows, but to see how PayPal Incorporated stock has been performing today in comparison to its peers in the industry, here are the numbers. PayPal stock performance was 5.09% at the last check in today's session and minus 60.75% in the past year, while Apple has been trading 2.43% in recent session and positioned 30.02% higher than it was a year ago. Another comparable company, Google, which I've talked about a little bit more than average here on the channel as of recently, because they're going to be doing the stock split in June. Furthermore, Google showed an increase of 3.10% today. Its price kept inclining at 24.59% over the past year. Abundance Wealth Counselors raises stake in PayPal Holdings. And again, this is on ETF Daily News. So just like I said earlier, you would think a lot more at these prices, a lot more hedge funds, wealth places that buy up this many shares that can afford that at one shot. You would think they would be buying a whole lot more of this one at these prices. So this talks about some more hedge funds and institutional investors also recently made changes to their positions in the company. Shares of PayPal by 123.1% in the third quarter. They increased, so very interesting. I like this name, Tortoise Investment Management. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess. So owns 145 shares of the credit services provider stock valued at $38,000. And after buying an additional 80 shares, so lots of trading going on with it. So Thursday, 96.88. And moving on over here to Reddit. Is it worth to buy extra? PayPal 13 days ago. PayPal put gains. Will PayPal recover? Is PayPal a buy? I think it is a buy at these level. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. I'm just stating my opinion, but it's showing it as a buy here on MSN Money and here on Tip Ranks. Currently at a moderate buy, 26 are saying to buy, 10 at a hold. This has shown an 85% upside to 182.36, so you'd be doubling your money, and a high of 245, low of 107. But I don't know, I like these prices. It's almost at the 52-week low, well, a little bit, 92.25, so it probably just hit that here 2 days ago, maybe 92.71. So it's probably on March 8th that it hit that, and now it's up about $5. Maybe it hit the bottom, maybe it's on its way up. So I don't know, I'm just speculating and rambling, but you can put your comments, what you think PayPal is going to do, if you think it's going to go back down to the $92, $93 level, or if it's going to break 100 tomorrow. So I might watch it and then buy some of this one, buy some more. So I have some of this one in a M1 Finance account, and that is it so far. So if you have this one, like I said, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your comments and your cost basis. If you bought any at this level, or the 92 or 93, or if you have a $150 or a $200 cost basis on this one, that would be interesting to know, and let us know what your thoughts are with it. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is Jay Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.